So it's one thing when you hear the key coming up to the door and you meet me at the threshold with questions, with stuff for me to do.
That's not what we ain't say all that.
Like, I don't want, you can keep your ass. I don't want you to meet me at the threshold with that. Like, it depends on how are you meeting me at the threshold. Some of y'all are saying keep because y'all currently meet your man at the threshold when you hear the car pull into the driveway. You saying keep because of that. Like, this is what I already do.
We got some things to talk about.
Exactly. So I'm meeting him at the threshold. Hey, IG, we talking about our old school relationship rules still relevant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, with hugs and kisses. Yes, I like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's a keep. That's a keeper. Mm-hmm. All right. The second one, we're starting with the wives tonight, looking at old school relationship rules. We're doing 5 for women and 5 for men. Are we keeping or are we trashing it? Okay. The second one, don't say I told you so to your husband. However much you feel tempted to, it does no good, and he will be grateful to you for not saying it. Don't say, I told you so to your husband. However much you feel tempted to, it does no good, and he will be grateful to you for not saying it. Is that a keeper?
That's a keeper.
Is that something that we should be doing today? That's an old school rule? Or should we be trashing it? That's a lot of keeps in here. Okay. All right. Keep. What y'all say, Instagram? I want to know. Y'all got to join in and let us know. So, I mean, that makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. It does make sense to me.
Yeah.
And don't say it to me either.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, Russell said it goes both. Yeah, he said it goes both ways. I'm in agreement.
Don't tell me you told me so either. Don't tell me either. Mm-hmm. All right. Here's number 3. We're on number 3 for the wives. Don't be discontented and think your husband not manly because he happens to be short and thin and not very strong. Manliness is not a purely physical quality.
Why are you laughing?
I was not expecting that one.
Why are you laughing?
I just was not expecting, like, I'm like,
that's dumb.
I know. I'm like, what? Don't think that he is not manly because he is short and thin and not very strong. But you know what? It's some people out here who be on the straight, like, you know, I can't deal with, he got to be this tall, this, that, right? You have a tall dumbass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that issue, that's a keeper, but that was kind of like, what? I wasn't expecting that one.
Nah,
okay.
it was yeah.
All right, y'all. So number 4. This is number 4 for the wives. This is the old school rules according to this list. Oh. Huh? Okay. Don't let your husband wear a violet tie with grass green socks. If he is unhappily devoid of the color sense, he must be forcibly restrained.
Really, bro?
Don't let your husband go out the house looking crazy. If he don't know what he doing and he looking silly, you need to forcibly get his ass together because he with you, make him look good.
So y'all agree with that?
That's what it's saying. It said,
Like, I can't have my own sense of fashion?
no valid tie with grass green socks.
What if I'm creative?
You must be forcibly restrained. What y'all say? We keeping that one or we trashing
What
it?
if I'm creative? Like, I mean, let me be me.
You can be creative and Alabama at the same time.
let me trash that.
If y'all said trash, I would say tiger shirts included. Throw the old pants away. Yes, yeah. Okay. Well, some of y'all saying keeper, some of y'all saying trash. Okay. Michelle said trash the whole list. All right, y'all. Okay, so here we are on the 5th and final one for the wives before we move over to the husbands. All right, I don't even know. Can I see all the words on this? Don't omit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't omit to pay your husband a compliment. If he looks nice dressed for the opera, tell him so. If he has been successful with his chickens or his gardens, let him know. 1913, y'all. This is from 1913. Okay, we got a keeper. If he good looking good for the opera, let him know. Mm-hmm. If he doing good with his chickens or his garden, tell him so. Okay, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. So in his work life, y'all are out and about. You're on the town, or he just looking good. Let him know. And I'm telling you, some of y'all just don't be doing it. You just don't. And we got to pay attention to that. And we got to get ourselves together. So those were the things. Compliment.
Yeah,
that's right.
We often gravitate toward the applause. And so you want to make sure your clap is the loudest clap. So make sure you are complimenting your man. and commending him on the things that he's doing well. You know, that's definitely a keeper.
And a lot of times the focus is on women, in terms of complimenting her and making her feel beautiful, what have you. But we got to pay attention to our men, because a lot of times they're not going to tell us they want the compliments too. You like when I compliment you?
I do, babe.
I do good, don't I?
You do.
So I press them to say, I do good, don't I?
Nah, you do very well. You do very well.
All right, y'all. Okay,
That
so
was crazy.
same flow as for the wives section, but right now we're going to shift into the men's advice, and we're going to see if it's equally strong or weak or dumb or whatever y'all calling this tonight. Okay, so this again is husbandly advice from 1913. All right, here's the first one. Number one. Remember, do you keeping it or you trashing it? Don't talk down to your wife. She has as much intelligence as your colleague at the office. She lacks only opportunity. Talk to her of anything you would talk to. Talk to her of anything you would talk to a man about, and you will be surprised by how she expands. Interesting. All right. Talk to her of anything you would talk to a man about, and you will be surprised about how she expands. Anything. She does not lack intelligence. She just lacks opportunity. All right? So don't talk down to your wife. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. Keep. All right. I see lots of keepers. Ain't nobody, y'all scared. Somebody want to put trash. They scared. No, just playing. That is a keeper. I hope that we all know that, but sometimes we don't. All right. Number 2. Don't say your wife waste time in reading, even if she only reads fiction. Bow, 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 bow. That's number 2, y'all. What y'all say?
So can we? I mean,
this is from 1930.
it is, but
she's sitting at home and she's.
But
reading
can we remix
fiction.
that though? What if it's watching reality TV?
Well, hold on. Let me repeat it. Ebony said, repeat it. Don't say your wife wastes time in reading, even if she only reads fiction. And look, they said don't say your wife wastes time in reading, even if she only reads fiction. So they're saying reading in general. So the assumption is, like, as a wife, you don't need to be doing all that reading. That's the suggestion. You don't even need to do that. You just cook and keep the house clean. So which you want to expand it?
Yeah, I'm saying, like I see Russell says, social media, watching reality TV shows, loving hip hop, Love Island, Love and Marriage, whatever it may be. Like, if you include those on the list, do you trash that or do you keep that? And I'm saying that I think that most of us, or a lot of us men, think that what you watching is trash.
Well, like,
and
the
so,
Housewives and stuff like that?
all of that stuff, like, it's trash. So we think that we think that it should be okay for us to lift that up to your attention, and you make a shift in your behavior.
Well, I think what you just said is trash. That's what I think. I mean, I agree them shows do be trash, but I like trash sometimes. And there it is. And I'm going to watch it. I was be talking about something. It would be saying, he used to, we all like trash. So that's what I'm saying sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grown. Like, what? He said one time, like, he would come in the house and be like, "Oh, you watching that stuff, and you know that you're gonna become that."
I say, what you tune into?
I'm like,
what you tune into, you turn into.
I said that,
Some of us have experienced. We've watched it in our relationships. Like, your wife she ain't had no attitude until she started watching real. I ain't talking about you specifically, but I'm just saying, like, that stuff can get up under your skin, and you can start to think that you got problems because you see that Nikki, Siobhan, Keisha, Erica, Siobhan, whomever it may be.
You said your name.
I didn't mean to say that, Siobhan. I'm not talking about you, Siobhan. But we see it over. You see it over there. You watching it, and you start to bring that into our house.
You're just making shit up.
I'm just saying, Michelle. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Michelle said we still poor. Mr. Carr ain't no $1 million quarterback. Oh, Yvonne said she believes it. She wrote a whole essay about it.
Thank you.
She said she believes it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that we all have the ability to be influenced. I will say that. Mm-hmm. I definitely think that you have to pay attention to what's coming in.
And I think it's the volume. Like, how much you watching it?
Probably. But I'm going to watch, man. I'm going to watch something tonight, matter of fact. You just brought it up.
Really, bro?
Because I need to get caught up on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so Down, 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 down. Let me go to the next one, y'all. Don't sneer. Don't sneer at your wife's cookery or bridge playing or singing or indeed anything else she does. Don't sneer at it.
What does it mean to sneer?
I need to look up sneer.
Hey, y'all, what is sneer mean? Let's get the definition for sneer.
Sneer, a contemptuous or mocking smile, remark, or tone. Never said a crunchy face. A crunchy face. Okay, so a mocking smile, remark, or tone, being sarcastic. Some of y'all are so sarcastic. Y'all are professionals.
Smug look.
And they said, don't do that. Don't. What I do? I got off the thing. Here it is.
Don't sneer. Don't do that. I mean,
don't make fun of. Don't mock. Don't. Just like you're looking down at your wife in some way, at her cooking, her bridge playing, her singing, or anything else that she does for that matter. These some interesting things.
So outside of the cooking and the singing,
let's say her spades playing.
Yeah, outside of the cooking, and I think that this particular list right here that we're reading from, y'all, at the top of the list is an image of a white couple.
Well, duh.
All right, so I just want to be clear about that.
They know that.
I think that we as black folks, for the black folks that's on here, a part of the way in which we relate is through the way we express ourselves facially and with body language. And so a lot of people are saying, keep that. Keep the whole piece around don't sneer. But that's what we do, y'all.
No,
it is like if your husband, we spoke about like
no, that's what you had a problem with. You was doing it early today or doing it yesterday or whatever, and you do it all the time and you think it's okay and it's not. So that's what you need. I'm just realizing how that's why you everybody on here said keep, and you the one thinking like it's fine. He literally, this is 100% serious. He literally,
what are we talking about?
On a regular basis, he like makes fun of me.
What are we talking about?
He like makes comments like I'll be saying something serious and then he'll just say something that's like, like totally unserious or like to like mock me or undermine what I'm saying. And he knows what he's doing. And I'll be like, just shut the fuck up. And he'd be like, what? What you mean, boo? You know what I'm saying? Like, he does this stuff all the time. That's why you think it's okay.
Nah, I'm saying, y'all, like,
for 23 years. I don't know
for real, like, if you in a real relationship, like, sometimes your man, I'm going to say man, sometimes your man is going to do something.
You're being fun, but he said sneer.
I know, it does some dumbass shit. Like, again, sometimes that happens. It happens. All right? And when that happens, ladies, y'all make a face. All right, y'all make a face. It may be a little irritation, annoyance. It's like that stuff. It happens. And so all I'm saying is that I'm not saying that you want to make sure you're doing it overboard. But what I am saying is that a part of being in a real relationship is that you're able to express yourself. Now, I manage myself. Like, see, look at my wife's face right now.
What?
You got the stank face on right now. You do. And it's based off of what I'm lifting up. So all I'm saying is that that's going to happen in a relationship. And you want to manage the frequency and you want to make sure there's understanding between the two of y'all so that if that's taking place, it ain't getting up under somebody's skin.
Well, you haven't managed it yet. You're still working on it. Mm-hmm. Right? Ain't that right? I'm just saying.
I feel like I have managed it.
No, you haven't.
You don't think so?
No, you've been doing it all our lives. All right, let me go to the next one. Listen to this. Don't try to regulate every detail of your wife's life. What? Even a wife is an individual and must be allowed some scope. Keep it or trash it. Don't try to regulate every detail of your wife's life. Even a wife is an individual and must be allowed some scope.
The mouthwash?
Huh?
The mouthwash?
What are you... Well, shut up. Well, let me tell you, y'all putting keep, but I'm trashing this one. I'm trashing it.
Why?
Because I don't like the very insinuation. Don't try to regulate every detail. Don't regulate no detail. Don't try to regulate any detail. Don't try to regulate every detail. As in, we know you're going to regulate some details. No, you're not regulating any detail.
Yeah, that's a PP right there.
Even a wife is an individual and must be allowed some scope. I'm not allowed anything.
That's a PP right there.
You're not allowing me nothing. Just like I'm not allowing him nothing. But I sure enough you ain't allowing me and must be allowed. I'm not no child. Trash. I don't even like the basis
That's
of
a
that.
personal
I don't like
problem.
the basis of that. A personal problem for who, me?
Allowance, yeah.
No, because that puts the husband, and I know this gets to be sticky. It puts you in a superior position. Leadership does not mean superior. You can be a servant leader. We can partner in some ways, right? It's putting you in a position of like, don't try to regulate every detail. Even she must be allowed some. Please, if you even thinking like that, like if you was even thinking like, well, you have kind of thought like that, but I had to check.
We had a conversation last night about it.
Who did?
We did.
Who, me and you? About what?
We was watching the show, and I was talking about how it would like regulate you.
What show was this?
It was the Megan Good movie.
Oh yeah, what was the name of that? It's called Dead or something. She pretends she's dead.
Yeah, I faked my death. Yeah, y'all seen that?
Because it's a Lifetime movie.
I think it came out in a regular movie theater, but it's a Lifetime movie. And I was lifting up how and basically
this is where it's the stuff you be saying that's dumb. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
And that's that contempt I'm talking about. Like when I'm saying something.
Well, you sit here saying like, yeah, he's abusing her in the daggone in the movie.
This isn't a good example.
And he got
her. A good example.
He got her on lock where she just like, yes, husband, yeah. And he like, and then he said, yeah, I mean, I know I could get you like that. And I said, I know you lying, motherfucker. No, you motherfucking couldn't. Shit. And he say shit like that, just be smiling like, oh, I could. No, you cannot.
It's not a good example, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to even bring that one up because I know we got some people in certain relationships and that wasn't a good example. So I was playing with my wife. I was playing with my wife, all right?
You're playing the wrong way. You're playing the wrong way. So leadership, right? For those who are with the principle of the man is the leader of the household, right? And it's a covering and that kind of thing. That is fine, but the insinuation here is that there is some level of ownership of the wife, and that you are going to regulate, but don't regulate her no.
So here's the issue that I have with that one.
Trash.
And this is just real. So I think that the language, and I saw somebody on IG lifted up the whole piece around the word choice, the allowance piece.
Mm-hmm. Language matters.
That in and of itself, I don't think should be problematic, but I do think that
what should be
allowance, like me allowing you, it doesn't automatically. From my context, and I do have, certain liberties just based off of, how I sit as a man in this society. And so I do know that in many respects, I'm placed up here and women are placed down there. And so the word allowance in and of itself comes off as a superiority piece. But I just want to lift up that allowance. Like, I feel like you allow me. I'm fine, and again, I could be speaking from a place of
allow you what?
Allow me to do certain things. Allow me to be a certain way. You allow me to be myself. You create a safe space, which then allows me to express certain things that I choose to express. Mm-hmm. You allow my silliness. You allow me to engage in banter with you that ends up not being the best for me. So there's an allowance there based off of our exchange that I'm okay with. And I don't have a problem with the language of allowance. But what I'm saying is that I do think that because, we all exist within a patriarchal society, that there's a hypersensitivity when certain terms are lifted up. And for the man, for the husband to allow his wife to do a certain thing, allowance doesn't have to be a bad thing. We're making allowance bad. Like, I allow my wife to go out. I allow my wife to hang out with her friends and have a good time. I'm cool with that. Fundamentally, I'm good with that. Like, I'm allowing that to take place. It's not that I'm saying that I'm your teacher. And in some respects, I could be your teacher. I'm not your parent, but we're in a relationship in which allowances have to be given in order for us to grow. And so I'm allowing and you're allowing. But sometimes women have a hypersensitivity based off of that word. And I do think that is riddled in reality of patriarchy. And so what they said was, and I'm seeing how the women are resonating with what I'm saying. And I see your face right now, how you might want to say something in response to it. I feel your energy. I feel it coming up off you. Don't try to regulate every detail. So what you did was, I'm trashing it. Don't try to regulate every detail. Don't try to regulate no detail. I mean, come on now. Like, what is this, y'all? What are we talking about here?
Because
don't try to regulate. No, there are things that I gotta regulate. There's things that you gotta regulate too.
I don't regulate you. I just don't. I make requests of you. This is what good boundaries are. I make requests of you, and you can choose to go along with those requests or not. You do not regulate me.
See? So what I'm saying, and so my approach would be requests and regulation are both important.
But you're not regulating. It's not because regulation. Okay, let's look up regulate. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's look up regulate.
So I'm saying that
request and regulate are not the same thing.
I do believe I'm saying it from a privileged position though. So I can lift it up and say that you regulate me, but for a woman to say,
I don't regulate you either.
There are ways in which you do.
No, I do not.
And regulations aren't bad, but I can say
control or maintain, control or supervise, according to an external standard, to control, adjust, and keep something at a specific rule, standard, or system.
Do that. Like we had a whole child with sickle cell.
Thank you, Russ. Based on the request, we regulate ourselves.
I mean, yes, we do.
I resonate with that.
We do, but I know that we had a whole child with sickle cell. Mm-hmm. There were certain rules and regulations that were implemented within the context of our relationship, but also our parenting relationship of our child. A lot of that was coming from you. You're placing regulations around it because you want to see a certain outcome.
That's my child. That's you.
But I'm given the regulations.
Yeah, but we're doing that in partnership, and I let it. I know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and so all I'm saying is that like the regulations, to me, I hear them differently and I receive them differently, but I do think that it's because I sit and I'm acknowledging a privileged seat, and so the word doesn't have the same impact on me that it has on you.
Okay. So acknowledge that and don't say regulate. Say request, and don't say that you allow me to do anything. Since you know it don't hit you the same way, because don't tell me you allow me to do anything. Just don't say it. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Because it don't hit it. And I don't even be saying that to you. Mm-hmm. I don't. Because I don't allow you to do anything. I give a request, and then I set a boundary, and then I do what I need to do. Only person I can control is me. Mm-hmm. We don't see every word the same. That's right. So if it's sensitive for me, don't say that shit. Don't tell me I allow you to go out with your friends. You don't allow me to do nothing. But let me move on. Okay, I'm just saying. Point well taken. It's not the same for men and for women. That word, whatever. Okay, here go the next one, y'all. Don't increase the work of the house husbands by leaving all your things lying about in different places. If you are not tidy by nature, at least be thoughtful. Again, don't increase the work of the house by leaving all your things lying about in different places. If you are not tidy by nature, at least be thoughtful. Look, Anthony said his mother was the only one to allow him to do anything. Okay, I see keep. I'm with you on that, Anthony. Keep and trash. Keep and trash. I see some. Michelle said trash. Michelle, you said that one was trash.
Read that one again.
Okay. Don't increase the work of the house, husbands, by leaving all your things lying about in different places. If you are not tidy by nature, at least be thoughtful.
Oh, okay.
Ella said trash too.
Hold on. So y'all are saying trash.
Mm-hmm.
So do y'all?
I'm feeling trashy, but I'm feeling like a little low key trash.
I'm confused why y'all saying trash though.
Do y'all have it? Y'all want to share?
So we should be. So what I'm hearing is that we should be able to.
This one don't matter to me as much, but
we should be able to just leave our stuff out.
I don't know why y'all saying trash. For those who have said it. But it's not really, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. I do think it's a valid point. It's good. But it's kind of like, it's placing the cleaning up on the woman. Like, she just keep the house, like, at least be thoughtful. Now, we know that this is a common thing. We know that can happen. We know these things. But the position that a lot of these things come from is like, at least be thoughtful of what she has to do. Like, no, but how about you just clean up after yourself and do your part? Well, maybe we partner in the chores around the house, not just, it's just on me. But, I'm saying that this one don't give me no emotional charge because I usually clean up better than me, so. So this ain't a personal thing, I feel. But that's the only reason I said low-key trash, but, No, you know, it's actually a good statement at the same time. All right. So, all right. Okay, Anthony said if he makes a mess, he cleans it up and helps where he can. Okay, and Siobhan said if he's being thoughtful, he's doing his part. Okay, Michelle misunderstood. All right, and then last but not least, don't keep all your jokes, husbands, for your male friends. Let your wife share them. Bow, 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 bow.
What? That don't make sense.
Don't keep all your jokes for your male friends.
I think a woman wrote this list.
Let your wife share them. What y'all think about that?
That's trash.
Keep, or trash?
Siobhan said we like to laugh and shit too.
Wait a minute. There's a lot of trashes going on
Trash
here.
that, like.
Why?
Boo. Men talk differently than women.
Yeah, but you don't talk to me the way you talk to some dudes.
No.
But I feel like we be sharing and you be telling me some stuff.
We
and
do,
we be talking
but
smack with each other and everything.
Yeah, but it's still different. It's still different. Like,
and if you said those things to me, how would I wouldn't be okay with it?
you might be offended.
Well,
It's different. You might be offended. You just might not get it, and you might not laugh, and you get the watered down version.
You get the watered down version. So Gina said, repeat that. Don't keep all your jokes for your male friends. Let your wife share them. Let your wife share them. And
they did say all, so I agree with that. I say I keep. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's. I mean, I do share a lot with you. So you my homie and stuff. So I share a lot. But everything, the jokes that I share with my brothers and it's no point. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have my own space, my own conversation, my own humor. Guys have different types of humor.
But I also think that this is good for those who find themselves in relationships where, your partner has his set of friends and you don't have no connection with them. I find that so interesting when people are married and a friend of yours is not a friend of y'all's. You got a friend, that your husband got a friend or your wife got a friend, but for this purpose we talk about husbands, and you heard of him, but he ain't really been by the house, or he might have been to the house maybe once or twice, but you don't have any interaction. And yes, we can have our own friendships. I'm not saying that we can't, but sometimes I think that it's interesting to me sometimes when we are counseling and coaching certain couples, how you really got like a separate life. Like, these are my friends over here, we go over here, we do this and we do that, and like your wife just don't roll it. She don't be in none of that space. That's a red flag to me. So it's one thing to have separation, healthy separation. We go out and hang out, but y'all should all know each other's folks or whatever, right? Like, if y'all have gathering at the house, everybody comes over. It's not like just a whole separate life you live in. You know what I'm saying? So I think it can also speak to include your wife, and don't be over here like still living life like you single, but within the marriage. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, y'all. I'm curious to know, Blamely, what do y'all think about, this isn't on the list, but how much weight does your spouse's assessment of your friend's character weigh? Yeah, how much weight does it carry? Your spouse's assessment of your friend's character. Does it matter? On a scale of 1 to 10, does it matter? Or does it not? I'm really curious. I want to know. IG, how much weight does your spouse's assessment of your friend's character carry?
On a scale of 1 to 10. 1, it don't matter. 10, it matters a whole lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it matters 100%. I see 7, 5, 10, 10.
Wow, 10. Okay. I want to know if somebody from the Blamely who says 10. Why do y'all say 10? If y'all can come off mute, if somebody can come off mute, I'm just curious. I want to know. And yeah, I want to know. Somebody on IG said.
Well, you can type it in the chat if you want to. Said what? 1 million.
Ebony says it matters, but the question is, how much does your spouse respond to it? That's the more important question.
I don't understand. What is that saying? What is your how does your spouse respond to your assessment?
Yeah, I don't think y'all can unmute yourselves. Let me give you the chance to, if somebody wants to raise their hand. Or I see Ebony raise her hand. Go ahead, Ebony, it's on you. And you're on IG too, so just letting you know they can hear you.
Okay, so I mean, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, for me it matters. It's like probably a 9, 8, 9. But like, say if my husband had a friend and my scale point is that 8, 9, I might say, hey, like, I don't care for that person's character, whatever. Is my husband going to respond as in changing the friendship, no longer having the friendship, you know? So that's what I mean by that. Like, yeah, it matters a whole lot to me, but you still, you know, your spouse or partner still has their own feelings of what they want to do with the friendship. But I mean, you know, for my husband and I think we're pretty much the same. If I said something to him or he said something to me, we definitely take it into consideration. But that was just my thought.
Hey, Ebony, don't go real quick. I'm going to ask you. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to ask this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
What you about to ask?
So if Russell, so you say 8 or 9, and if Russell, if your husband feels the same way, and his level of concern, his assessment, his level of concern is at a 10, what do you do with that relationship? It's a girlfriend. He don't necessarily care for. What do you do with that?
So, and babe, I don't know if you want to jump in, but I think we've had some conversations, you know, similar. Nothing has been like super extreme, but I will say that I think we monitor how we interact with that person. It may change the interaction.
Okay.
You know.
So you may cut back.
So it's like, you know, if it was somebody, let's put it this way, I'll turn it the other way. If my husband came to me and I had a girlfriend that I hang out with or whatever, and she was doing stuff or something that he felt was completely sideways, I don't see myself going on no girl trip with this person. I don't, you know, I wouldn't even put myself in this situation. I'm like, I'm good. But that has nothing to do with going to lunch or, you know, going to the movies or whatever. So I would just, you know, it would be I would kind of regulate how I maneuver with that person.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay.
Based off of your husband's like assessment. I respect that. Regular, it's on you, sis.
So, hey, how y'all doing, y'all?
Hey.
So, I'm actually dealt with this situation recently, and I'll be honest, like what my husband thinks matters, but when I bring it to him, he doesn't really tell me why. So I'm married, she's single, and we hang out, you know, maybe twice a month, go to lunch or whatever, go shopping, you know, normal things. But he doesn't really tell me why he doesn't like her. And she's very respectful of my marriage, of my family, you know, to him, but he, you know, doesn't care for her. Now I know I've spoken to you guys about her. She does have a questionable, life, but I feel like it doesn't have any, like it doesn't affect me whatsoever. Right. So like what she does, she's single. So she does her single life, and I feel like she's allowed to do that. She's a grown woman. As long as I'm not entertaining her, you know, in a single environment, like a single woman, which I'm not. So, you know, it matters to me. But I have maintained that friendship with her. Now I have like, you know, made a decision to not be as friendly, you know, or not hang out as much, and that's to please him. But then that time is spent, you know, by myself, because you're not hanging out with me. You're not taking me to lunch. You know, so I don't know. I feel like it would probably it would have more of an impact if you was going to take me out to lunch or take me to, you know, let's go do brunch or whatever. But if you're not doing it with me and my homegirl says, hey girl, let's go for, you know, a drink, or let's go get, you know, have brunch or whatever, or go shopping, then, you know, I just don't see what the problem is, as long as I'm maintaining myself as a respectful married woman. So.
Okay. All right.
Thank
you for that. Thank you for that. I see, last but not least, Anthony. Go right ahead.
Hey, people, I had to weigh in on this one because I have a best friend, a male best friend who I've had as a best friend since we were 5. We grew up together going throughout school. We went our separate ways in school when I started college. But elementary, junior high, and high school, we were always together. We're still friends today, but my wife doesn't care for him too much because his language leaves a lot to be desired. So the boundary that I would set is I would still hang out with my friend, He's single. I wouldn't go to a bar or to a party with him, but if we want to go out to eat, or he come here or I go to his house, I think that's safer because of the way that because of how I know my wife feels about him. I wouldn't go in a social setting where there's a party or other women around because I know how she feels about him, even though I'm not, as easily led as she might think I am, because I know I never take my ring off my finger, never has, since I put it on years ago. So I don't try to hide the fact that I'm married. I don't try to play any games like that. So, but that's the boundary that I would set. We wouldn't go to a party. We wouldn't go to a bar together just because I know how she feels about it. And if we were around, if he was around and his language got a little bit inappropriate, I would have to check that and go, do me a favor, don't do that. While my wife is around it. Like Aizay mentioned before, language between male friends when we're around each other is different from when you're in the presence of a female. I've lost male friends over the years because I had to check them for the way that they spoke in front of a woman. Because I didn't think it was appropriate. It was just disrespectful. So I'm like that when I'm in that setting and I know women are around. I'll curb my language and ask people to do the same out of respect for women. So that's how I would do it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Anthony. Thank you. Yeah. And you know what? There's some comments in the chat where a lot of people are, basically agreeing with what Anthony has said and saying that they actually would make an adjustment for their spouse. And so for those who are listening tonight, as we look back at 1913 and the do's and don'ts of marriage for husbands and wives, pay attention to where you see commonalities of these married folks. Most folks are saying, I make the adjustment. I might not just get rid of the friend, but I make an adjustment to make sure that, I'm paying attention to my spouse and figuring out how I can make sure I'm honoring them at the same time as I honor my friendship. So thank you guys for sharing that feedback. That's good.
And if it's a friend of the opposite sex, then it's a whole different conversation.
Well, sometimes it would be a friend of the same sex. Somebody might go both ways. So, it all comes down to trust. It comes down to trust at the end of the day. It really does. It really does. So, y'all, before we leave tonight, we want to first thank you for showing up for this Relationship Thursday. And we want to give you the opportunity to re-up on your marriage. Re-up on your marriage. Pay attention to your relationship. This was a lot of fun. And if you got something from tonight, you got something of value, something to think about, just reflecting back on the old days and that kind of thing when we all wasn't here, then I want you to think about how you can continue to deposit into your marriage today. Yeah. How you can continue to deposit into yourself so that you have something to give in the first place. And so I know my husband is ready to tell y'all what's coming up.
September the 1st. September the 1st. I wish I had my equipment. We ain't got the light set up. We ain't got the mic set up. I tried to get my equipment set up, but it's not working. But September the 1st, y'all, I'm kicking off the King Me Intensive. The King Me Intensive. It's a 21-day intensive. Fellas, if you have not gotten your spot on IG, comment the word King. Comment the word King. I'm going to do like Umar. Comment the word King.
Dr. Umar say everything 3-4 times.
Yeah, comment the word King, y'all. And I'll make sure I connect in with you to send you information around the King Me Intensive that's starting September the 21st. Blamely, if y'all have not gotten y'all spot, fellas specifically, y'all have received the emails. Like, sign up, bruh. Sign up. Like,
you said something about the Queen Me too?
No, I'm about to. And ladies. October the 1st. Kicking off the Queen Me Intensive. Comment the word Queen on IG. Comment the word Queen. We'll send you information. Blamely, make sure you get your spot. Get your spot. This is going to be, a unique experience. I'm really excited about it. We're going to have fellas coming over to connect in with the women in the Queen Me Intensive, to share some additional perspective on the pieces that we're going to be reading. And then we're going to have ladies coming over to share some additional perspective on the pieces that we're reading in the King Me Intensive. And so it's going to be a dope experience, y'all. A group of men, a group of women coming together for 21 days. The men, September, the women, October, reading, accountability charts, strength squads, all the things. Like, the dope thing about this, y'all, is that, and I'm glad we got some Blamely folks that I'm talking to right now. The man be saying that the woman ain't really doing the work in the relationship, that he be doing the work and he be trying and he be leaning in. The wife be saying that she, you know, be doing the work, she be leaning in, and the husband don't really be doing anything. If you sign up for the King Me Intensive or the Queen Me Intensive, both of y'all will get accountability charts. Let's see what's really real. Let's see who's really doing the work. Let's see who's really leaning in. This is an opportunity for you to see yourself and for you to show up in your relationship in a way for your man, for your woman that says, I'm investing in me because I want to be a better person, a better man, a better husband. I want to be a better wife, a better woman, and I want us to have a better relationship. Let's see. No, it's not for couples only. If you a man and you want to learn how to be a better husband.
Two separate experiences.
Two separate experiences, y'all. And check this out. We got two separate companion books. The men will be reading How to Love a Black Woman. Sign up today, y'all, so you can order the book. How to Read a Black Woman. The women will be reading How to Love a Black Man. Again, over the course of 21 days. And so, fellas, if you're on here, you can go to kingmeintensive.com to learn more information and see all of the testimonials and stuff like that. I got fellas I'm talking to right now, IG, that's on here that have been through it. And they could definitely speak very glowingly about the experience. Glowingly? I don't know why I chose that word, but I did. And then for the Queen Me Intensive, there's a link. So again, IG, comment Queen to get access to that link. Blamly, y'all have seen the emails. Get your spot. There's several of the women who are on here right now who have signed up. Several of the men who have signed up.
Jesus.
I want to build with y'all. We want to build with y'all. The missus will be participating. It's going to be a dope experience, y'all. Why do you think the women should sign up?
You said it all, babe.
I did? Mm-hmm. Do you think that you could benefit from this?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah.
How so?
From getting all the lessons.
I can teach you?
Yes.
You going to let me teach you?
Absolutely.
You going to be a good student?
Absolutely. Aren't I a good student?
You are a very good
You taught me a
student.
lot.
All right.
You have taught me quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, y'all. Get y'all spot. Y'all be easy. Hope y'all enjoyed this tonight. I look forward to
Yes.
connecting with y'all.
And remember, y'all, good marriages are not built in a day, but they can be strengthened every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all. Close out of that, and I'm going to close out of IG.
Bye.
All right, peace, y'all.